Hello everyone, welcome back, and Barcelona beat Sevilla 5-1 today in La Liga, which is another great performance yet again from Barcelona. I mean, they're averaging 3+ goals a game in the league. That is just incredible. And before I even get started on the match review, I seriously do want to apologize. I have not made a video in a while. I was doing a little bit of traveling, and then also with international break coming up, I just didn't have anything that I really wanted to talk about regarding Barca, so I just didn't make a video, but I apologize for that. Hope there's some exciting stuff coming soon, and but let's get into this game. Barcelona with another dominant performance yet again in La Liga under Hansi Flick. And before I even get into that performance, that moment that we saw, Gavi coming back onto the pitch, and not only just coming back, but also getting the captain's armband from Pedri, that was just such a beautiful moment. And of course, it wasn't at the Camp Nou, but it was at home for Barca fans. It was at the Montjuic, and so many fans just chanting his name. And when he was warming up, there was just a roar from the crowd. It was amazing. It was such a beautiful moment to see Gavi back on the pitch after over 300 days out with that very unfortunate injury last season. That was terrible. It's just so nice to see him back on the pitch. And of course, Fermin Lopez is back. Dani Olmo, he didn't make his appearance today, but hopefully he'll be back for the next couple games. Same with Frenkie de Jong. It was just so amazing to see Gavi. But of course, that was the big player that we were just so happy to have back. And Gavi's return, it was just such a beautiful moment. I couldn't have asked for anything more. And overall, as I said, another dominant performance in La Liga. You can't ask for a better scoreline than 5-1 against Sevilla. And maybe Sevilla, in the last couple seasons, they've faltered a little bit, right? But I still think this is a good opponent to get a great result in. And 5-1, the goals that they scored, I think 3-0 at halftime, very dominant performance. And I think they were cruising for large parts of the second half. And that goal that they conceded, I think that is a big question, and something that I want to talk about in this video is, will this high line that Barca plays, and this is exactly how Hansi Flick wants to play, will this hurt Barcelona against very good opposition? Because I know sometimes, Barca, they give up these counterattacks, and the other players, their opposition just isn't able to capitalize. But when you're playing against some of the best attackers in the world, like Harry Kane, like Mbappe, like Vinicius, there are going to be some times when their opponents are getting the best out of you, right? And they're making runs in behind, and you don't want to give the players of that much quality really any opportunities. But of course, the way that Hansi Flick wants to play, it's high risk, high reward. And I don't think Hansi Flick is going to change his approach no matter who he comes up against. So I think there are going to be some things that he maybe messes around with, right? But I think the overall system that he wants to run, Barca is going to play a high line against Bayern Munich and against Madrid. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm very excited because I know, they're going to be given some opportunities, right? Just the way that Barca plays, they give the opposition some opportunities to come in and try and score when they're pushing up high up the pitch, and that's going to happen. And like I said, against great opponents, that's something that the commentators, that's something that Barca fans have been talking about for the next couple weeks is this going to hurt Barca in the biggest games? But as I said, it's high risk, high reward, and you don't want a team that sits back at 1-0 and just tries to see out the game. The way that Hansi Flick has set this team up is the reason why Barca has been so exciting to watch and why the attackers have been so joyful every time they're stepping on the field, because they're getting opportunities, they're playing freely, and the coach has their full trust in him, right? So I'm really excited to see how Barca lines up against Bayern and Madrid. Those are very important games coming up in the next week. And I've said it before, but the form that Lewandowski has been in, of course, Pedri with that goal that he scored was amazing. Koundé as a right back just continues to get more and more comfortable in that position. But Lewandowski, he completely proved me wrong, and I'm so glad that he did. The penalty was very, very collective there. But then also that second goal that he scored, that's just a poacher's finish right there. Being in the right place at the right time and just slotting it into the side netting. Lewandowski, the rejuvenation that he's had this season, and the commentators were also talking about it, it's not even just the form that he's been in and the goals that he's been able to help the team with. It's also just his attitude on the pitch. He looks like he's enjoying it again. There's no stress in the way that he's playing, and maybe it's just because of how free-flowing Barca's attack is. And, instead of playing with maybe him and just Lamine Yamal up top, he's got three other attackers that are in and around the box that are feeding him chances. And, of course, playing with Rafinha and Lamine Yamal on the sides of him, that's pretty nice. What else could you ask for from a striker, to give for your teammates to give you opportunities? So that's been great. It just seems like he's enjoying it a lot more, and I think his attitude as well. There were some times last season he just looked very frustrated. He was blaming his teammates. He was just asking for the ball every single time Barca had it, and I think he's just letting things happen now, and he's in the right place at the right time, making runs, getting fed. So I think he's been very good this season. I'm so glad that I was proven completely wrong. I thought he just wouldn't be able to get back at that level, but he's completely exceeded any expectations I had, And Hansi Flick, he deserves so much praise for getting the best out of Lewandowski again. I also think the subs were great, not only just seeing Gavi back on the pitch, but also Pablo Torre, Pau Victor, these players getting minutes. And of course, for Ansu Fati, it was very nice to see him get the start. And I don't think he looked completely in the rhythm of things, or maybe he seemed a little bit out of touch with his teammates, but I think that's completely expected. That's his first start for Barca in a very long time. So, not trying to rush him into things. I think that's going to take time, and I think he's a player that's lacking a little bit of confidence, so maybe if he can pitch in with a couple goals here and there, I think his confidence will start to pick up, because there is a great player in there. I know the injuries, a lot of Barca fans have said it's really changed him as a player, but I still want to hope that Ansu Fati can get back to being a very important player for Barca. So it's nice to see Hansi Flick give him the start, even though it was going to be Eric Garcia. Then Garcia got injured in the warm-up, so then Ansu Fati took his place. So it was nice to see Barca, they lined up with 4 attackers yet again, and that midfield of Pedri and Marc Casado, it's just amazing to watch. I think Casado, another brilliant performance from him. He's been so good. I think in possession, he just does the simple things very effectively, but also when Barca, when the other team has the ball, when they're trying to push forward, when Barca's trying to defend, I mean, Marc Casado is just there every single time. He's just at the right place at the right moment, making a great tackle and winning the ball back for Barca. And I think that's the most important thing that he's brought to the team. And then Pedri, of course, just so good, just so fun, enjoyable to watch. So overall, the team's performance, I think Inigo Martinez, great again. Kubarsi, class, as always. Balde, great on the left-hand side. And Sevilla, yeah, maybe you can say they looked like they were making it a little bit too easy for Barca, but I just think that's the way that Hansi Flick wants to play. You're completely dominating your opposition. And even though they did have that one chance that they scored on, maybe they had a couple that they were barely offside, but that's how good that offsides trap is. It's great until it doesn't work, right? Until they're a couple inches onside, and then they're able to make a run in behind. But that's the risk that you have to pay to be able to dominate games like this, right? So that's exactly what Hansi Flick wants to do. And yet again, it worked very well today. And Barca in La Liga, they've been so good. You could not have asked for anything more, seriously. And I just have so much praise to give to Hansi Flick, because I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I know a lot of people talked about the physicality and the conditioning that he would bring to Barca players, but I never expected it to go this well so early. I mean, this is it's not something that I've really seen before in a very long time. And that's not even to talk badly about Xavi. I think he was a great coach in his own right, but Hansi Flick, he has completely elevated this squad, and I'm just so excited every single time that Barca have a game. But as I said, I hope there is some exciting news soon, and Barca, they're going to have some games coming up. I am actually going on vacation on Thursday, so I don't think. And as I said, I hope there's some exciting news coming up, But as I said, I hope there is some exciting news coming up regarding FC Barcelona, and I know they have some great games coming up, and I will be on vacation on Thursday for a week, so I don't know if I'll be able to make a video for the Clásico. I'm going to try and watch it. I definitely want to be able to watch that game. I'm just not sure exactly what the schedule is going to look like. But yeah, I hope you all have a great week. I'll try and make another video before I head to vacation, because I think the Bayern game is on Wednesday. So I'm very excited to watch that and get to talk with you all about it. But hope you all have been doing great. And as always, thank you very much for the support. And like I said, I hope some exciting news soon. But as always, Visca Barca. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And I will see you all very soon. See you. Peace.